Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Katia. Welcome to Yoga and Mindfulness in Schools. Let's jump right in with our mindful minute practice. So finding somewhere comfortable to sit. Nice, tall, strong back. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that we have been the last two times we did about a minute practice each. So I was wondering if you all would be up for a mindful moment challenge. And today we will increase this mindful moment to 2 minutes. So it's kind of like the quiet game. We'll see how you do. Are you up for it? Hopefully. All right. So again, we are just practicing being in the moment and noticing judgment. If we're like, this is so hard, I hate it, right? Just notice that stuff, and that is okay. The reason we're practicing this is to help ourselves get better at being present in the moment and being able to focus and to find calm and to support ourselves, to even notice when we need to support ourselves. So we'll talk more about that today, but just really want to encourage everyone to be very gentle, treating ourselves with kindness and love, just like we would a good friend or someone that we care very much about, okay? All right, here we go. I'm gonna look at my timer and on your marks, get set, go. Beginning to notice what is around us. Maybe looking around the room, at some point connecting our bodies to this room. So maybe noticing what we're sitting on, where our feet are on the floor, what parts of the feet are touching the floor. Maybe we allow our eyes to close. If not, allowing those eyes to be right in front of you, allowing the eyes to soften, all those little muscles around the eyes to soften. Maybe taking a big, full, slow breath, maybe the biggest breath we've taken today. Begin to slow it down. Maybe we're noticing the way the body moves with the breath. Maybe we notice the chest or the belly rise with the inhale and fall on the exhale. Maybe we're using that image of the Hoberman sphere when we inhale, expanding in all directions like a balloon, side, side, up and down, front, back, slowly exhaling. Following your breath, noticing if you get distracted, no problem. Gently coming back to the practice. Whether that be focusing on your breath or focusing on your body and what parts of the body make contact with the floor or what is beneath you. Maybe one more breath like that. Notice if we're able to follow it in and follow it out. And ending our practice here. Nice work. That was 2 minutes, everyone. Good job. So just, taking our time, noticing, were there any changes? Do you feel any different from, just 3 minutes ago when we sat down together? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe we feel a little bit calmer and more grounded. And if we do feel like that was a beneficial practice, that it was helpful, then let's take a moment and just soak that up. And if it wasn't helpful, if that was hard for whatever reason, maybe getting curious about why that was hard. Were there distractions? Were you allowing yourself to take time for yourself, just for you? No problem. Either way, just noticing and getting curious. Okay, so let's talk about stress and what happens when we're stressed. Are you able to notice that you're stressed? For me, for a long time, I just lived in that stress response, in that amygdala, that guard dog part of the brain. So when I was stressed, I didn't really even know. So the first step is being able to notice that we're stressed. So get curious, and us sitting and taking these mindful moments will help us learn and how to be more present in the moment and how to connect with our own mind body system. Okay. So for me, when I get stressed, I sweat sometimes. My face turns red, especially when I'm like embarrassed, stressed. If I'm mad, that will happen too. I'll get really heated, really hot. Um, some people say that they get a headache or they get like an upset stomach or more nervous, butterflies, if you've ever felt that way. A lot of people notice tension, tightness in their shoulders and upper back. That can be a signal of stress. Yeah, what else? Feel free to pause me and talk about it. This is an important one. What does your body do to let you know that you're stressed? First step. Second step, how do we help ourselves? Yeah. So, yeah, last time we talked about some different ways to help ourselves if we're stressed or triggered or anxious, and there are lots of ideas. So maybe we're beginning to notice what does help us, right? Maybe you have your own list going. Maybe it's a cup of warm tea or reading a book. Those are a couple that I forgot to mention. Those are great alternatives, or essential oils, or your favorite toy, or journaling. It's a great one. All right, so for our mindfulness practice today, we're going to practice mindful listening. That's going to be a great one, especially if you're in the classroom or home. If you're having a difficult conversation with someone, mindful listening can be a great practice. And the way that we could do this is to like listen to this person's voice. Maybe the words that they're saying are very triggering or making us mad. And so maybe we distance ourselves from those words and listen to the voice or listen to other sounds in the room. To start us off, I'm going to make a sound and see if you can guess it. Okay, are you ready? All right, get your listening ears. Maybe close your eyes if that feels okay, or look down. Here we go. Could you guess it? I'm guessing that might be an easy one to guess. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what it sounds like on your end. So here we go. If your eyes were closed before, will we try opening them this time and see if it's different? Or if they were open, try closing. Sometimes we can hear different when we have our eyes closed or open. Here we go. Just noticing if anything sounded different. There were my jingle bells. So let's see if we can identify any other sounds in the room. So again, maybe we close our eyes or just let the eyes lower to help us kind of focus on what's in the room. Do you hear anything around you? For me, I hear a fan. So when I focus in on that fan, I can almost feel it in my body. But when I'm not focusing, I can't feel that. I can't notice that. Yeah. Sometimes we can practice mindful listening when we're outside, like going for a walk or a hike, or just have our window open. You can hear birds or other animals or leaves, rustling in the wind. Yeah. So be looking for that and see. And the invitation is to focus on one sound and just listen to it and see if we can tune out everything else, right? It's practicing that focus. All right. Well, let's have a little yoga practice, shall we? So let's find ourselves over to our space. And so making sure that we have enough space, that we are safe, and we're not going to run into anyone around us, okay? All right, so we're kind of building on that forward fold that we talked about last time. So maybe we have that chair nearby. Maybe we switch it so it's a little bit lower this time, like before I was using, the back. I was using the back of the chair. This time I might use the seat of the chair, or I might feel comfortable going all the way down to the floor, okay? So let's start by finding that mountain nice and tall. And I'm gonna invite you to take a nice big inhale, sweep the arms wide. And then we're gonna exhale and dive forward. So diving to the chair, placing the arms there, or coming all the way down to the floor. Noticing that my knees are bent, bend as much as you like. Your hands don't have to come close to the floor. We can just let the arms hang. Maybe they come close to the floor, maybe not. And we'll just let the arms hang here, okay? You can cross them if you like. Again, keeping those knees bent as much as you like. Nice big full breath in. And full breath out. You might notice with that inhale that you kind of lift or rise. And on the exhale, there's like a heaviness or a sinking. And then from here, we'll slowly roll up. So if the arms were crossed, uncrossing the arms, slowly rolling all the way up. Coming back to stand. All right. From here, we're going to practice a balance called Warrior 3 or airplane. So you might have your chair or table nearby if you like for some stability. Remember, like when we did tree, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. You just find what works best for you, okay? So we're going to start on this left side, kind of the same process, lifting up those right toes. And then this time we're going to slide them back. And then we're going to begin folding forward. And maybe this is where we're at, and those back toes stay on the ground, okay? And then we can reach our arms out long, or they can stay at our waist or at the heart, wherever you like, okay? If we're all fine and down to here, we can lift that back foot and blast off. So we have this chair here in case we want to use it. Yeah, and then we'll have a nice long line out through those fingertips, down the back of that foot. Nice big breath. Exhale, release the foot. Come to stand back up. And we'll go for that second side. Maybe we shake it out, release in any way you need. Yeah? Maybe we use that chair, maybe not. All right. Okay, coming to the second side. We're gonna lift up those left toes this time. Slide them back. Maybe we stay here, arms wherever you like them. And blasting off into Warrior 3 airplane. And it can be just a little bit of a lift. You can come to be parallel with the floor. Whatever works best for you. Nice big breath in. Slowly release. Maybe one more if you got it. And release. How'd you do? Balancing can be so challenging. So however that went for you, finding gratitude and grace and accepting however your practice came through today. Okay? All right. Finding our way into rest. Coming all the way down to the floor, back belly or side, or whatever works best for you today. Just allowing our practice to integrate. Inviting ourselves to let go of everything else. Just resting. Finding an in-breath. Finding an out-breath. Inviting our heads to get heavy. The skin of the face to soften and relax. Inviting your whole body to get heavy and to sink into the floor. Maybe another breath or two here. Staying longer if you like. When you're ready to begin waking up the body, stretching out long, eventually rolling over to one side, coming all the way back up. Finding our way to our seat to say thank you. Feel free to join me with hands at the heart if you would like. Thank you so much for being here with me today, everyone. I wish you all well. And today we will say thank you in Icelandic, which is tuck. Thank you so much, everyone. I wish you well.